Oh, Johnny, talk your stories. I mean, you obviously came up, you must have come across the big man a few times, Jonah Barrington Senior. I think there's one story about when you were rowing together or something, and was it Nottingham?
In Nottingham, where we played our little practice game where you pipped me. We
I won.
Yeah, exactly, you won. Yeah, too good. And no, I'd heard I was getting into the rowing in the latter stage of my career. I would do like 3Ks, 4Ks as a warm up for a bike session, because I'd heard that Jonah had been rowing. And then I was curious. I was always curious about everything your dad did, ghosting, running up hills, everything. So I got into that, and then I was lucky enough. I mean, for me, it was like a dream, that I could actually, share the rowing machine with Jonah. And
he doesn't share his row. He must have been on.
No,
I
was second. I was second.
Say, yeah.
He killed it first, and then I remember him saying, I said, how far do you row, Jonah? And I mean, 2003. How old's your dad now?
74. He'll be 74 at the end of this month.
So 62 years old.
Yeah.
62 years old. He's rowing 10Ks in 40 minutes. I was just like blown away. I was like, gee whiz. And I was doing 5Ks. I was happy if I could do 5Ks under 20.
For his 70th birthday, I bought him a Concept 2. So he's got that in my old bedroom at home, and that's like a shrine to the rowing.
Yeah.
I mean, it moves. That's how much he does it. It's meant to be obviously a static machine, but it does actually move gradually to the end of the room.
No, I saw him doing ghosting in Paderborn at my first World Juniors, first trip overseas.
Yeah.
Got to the big centre in Paderborn, and there was a 200-metre running track, indoor running track upstairs. My first live meeting with Jonah Barrington was Jonah doing ghosting on the running track. So,
yeah, well, I mean, I can go one better. I mean, there's been times where he had me ghosting in the big long jump pits inside, a running track, actually barefoot on the sand to do a bit of proprioception stuff. And he used to ghost when we used to go on family holidays. He'd set up a court on a beach. I remember once in South Africa, and he's got his.
Was that a nudist beach like at home, or?
Oh, Johnny, no, absolutely not. I mean, come on, I know you're from Central
Europe. I know
you're
Europe, into the commando ghosting at.
He had his zebra print speedos on, and he had his. He was on there, and he mapped out the court, and I was probably about 8 years old. And I was off probably getting into trouble somewhere, but I came back to see my dad, and literally there was a crowd of about 50 or 60 people just kind of watching him ghost, obviously probably wondering what he's trying to swat in the air or whatever it was, this maniac on the beach. But growing up with that type of character was always inspiring from the training aspect. I mean, it could go on story after story.
Yeah, I mean, my mentor John Larkin. I remember when I was very young, and we did cord sprint sessions. I was probably 10 years old, and cord sprints, 10, 15 sets of 10.
Wow.
10 years old, and that was before I'd sort of discovered that I'd had a natural affinity for running. So I was dying, and I remember John Larkin saying, right, one more set. Think about what Jonah Barrington would be doing. Always used to say that.
So you stripped down and did it in your underpants?
No. 10 years old, I was a little bit shy then.